Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the newly renamed Kartavya Path. The stretch from Rashtrapati Bhawan to India Gate was earlier, remember, called Rajpath. Security was tightened around the Central Vista ahead of the inauguration. Traffic diversions were also announced between 6 to 9 p.m. this evening. To mark this occasion, the Prime Minister also unveiled a 28-foot tall statue of great Indian freedom fighter Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. Listen in to what Prime Minister Modi said today.
कर्तव्य पथ के रूप में नए इतिहास का सृजन हुआ है। मैं सभी देशवासियों को आजादी के इस अमृत काल में गुलामी की एक और पहचान से मुक्ति के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। नेताजी की मूर्ति की स्थापना करके आधुनिक और सशक्त भारत की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा भी कर दी है। वाकई ये अवसर ऐतिहासिक है। कर्तव्य पथ पर नेताजी की प्रतिमा इसका माध्यम बनेगी। देश की नीतियों और निर्णयों में सुभाष बाबू की छाप रहे, ये प्रतिमा इसके लिए प्रेरणा स्रोत बनेगी। भाइयों और बहनों, पिछले 8 वर्षों में हमने एक के बाद एक ऐसे कितने ही निर्णय लिए हैं जिन पर नेताजी के आदर्शों और सपनों की छाप है।
To speak more on the meaning and the importance of what has been announced today, I'm joined now by Chandra Bose. He's a convener, open platform for Netaji and kin of Netaji Chandra Bose. Thank you so much, Mr. Bose, for speaking with us today on ET Now. I just want to get your sense of how significant this day is. As Prime Minister says, he says this is India shrugging off our colonial past. Historically, is it a very big move to change the name Rajpath to Kartavya Path?
Well, personally, I don't feel changing a name makes much of a difference. But it is symbolic. And the Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, has clearly stated that we want to get away from the erstwhile shackles of British domination. So we accept that. But today, Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose's statue, which was unveiled by Prime Minister, is certainly historic. Many, many years, there was a demand, not only from the Bose family, from the common people of our nation, because Netaji belongs to the nation. He himself stated to my father, Omiyanath Bose, that my family are the people of this nation. So 135 crore people of our country are part of Netaji's family. But today we need to understand this in the right perspective. Subhash Bose's statue, what does it mean? What did the man stand for? See, Subhash Chandra Bose was the only leader who could unite all communities as Bharatiyas in his Indian National Army and the Azad Hind government. He stood out as a leader because he refused to use religious symbols for political purposes. Today we find all political parties, I don't wish to name a single party as such, all political parties are mixing religion with politics, which is a dangerous game. Netaji would have never accepted this. Netaji gave equal status to women. We are still a far cry away from achieving what Netaji did in the early 1940s. He gave equal status to women. He formed the Rani of Jhansi regiment, where women could fight along with the men for the freedom of our motherland. Only recently, we have commissioned women officers in the Indian Army. So this man, coming to his economic policy, it is Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose as the Congress president in 1938, formed the first planning committee of India. He gave a new direction. How would India govern? What would be the economic policies? He gave a clear thinking. He stated very clearly the first action that a free government of India should take is to eradicate illiteracy and disease and poverty. Right. We have not achieved. We have not achieved Netaji's vision of a free India. But we are fighting for it. Netaji fought for political equality. We are still a far cry away from achieving social and economic freedom. We are working on it. But 75 years after independence, we find bonded laborers. We find society. We find different stratas in society. We have not been able to abolish the caste system. Netaji would have never accepted. He would have
right,
abolished
Mr. Bose.
the
I
caste
mean,
system.
we are still a work in progress. There is no doubt about it. On a lot of fronts, we're a work in progress. We're striving to achieve greater heights, and there are newer challenges every day that we face. But the symbolism and the importance of having this statue of Netaji on the Kartavya Path, because the narrative is also that finally this great leader has got his rightful place as his family member, as his relative, and of course as someone who has devoted your life to take forward his leanings. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't think Netaji was ever neglected by the people of our great nation. Netaji is in the heart and soul of 135 crore people of our nation. Netaji in Tamil Nadu is worshipped in a temple. I was privileged to visit that temple. I never expected that I would find a Netaji statue being worshipped. I thought some god or goddesses would be there. So it is not necessary for any government. Successive governments, people are saying, didn't recognize Subhas Chandra Bose. Subhas Chandra Bose doesn't need any recognition from any government, present day or past, because Subhas Chandra Bose has been recognized by the people of his great nation. And that is what we are also proud of. It is what you have done. You have sacrificed. He sacrificed his life for the freedom of the nation. People are with him. So, well, today the statue coming up, definitely credit goes to the NDA government under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji. But you have to go beyond the statue. You have to understand the concept of India that Netaji had preached and practiced in his Indian National Army and his first government of undivided India. Netaji would have never accepted partition of India. But it's unfortunate India got partitioned in 47. Netaji would have never accepted dominion status. We all fought for Purna Swaraj. Mahatma Gandhi, Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das, Subhash Chandra Bose fought for Purna Swaraj. Unfortunately, for vested interests, the leaders of that era, these are concepts that I think we should put forward to the youth of our India.
Absolutely.
Definitely, Narendra Modi ji has shown the path, but we got to take it forward beyond the statue to understand the concept of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose.
Absolutely. I get the point. The true way to take forward that legacy would be to follow the message that the great leader has put across. Thank you so much, Mr. Bose, for speaking with us today. I'll move on.